Welcome to Croatia, a land where turquoise seas meet ancient cities, where rugged mountains cradle timeless villages, and where every stone, cove, and pathway holds a secret waiting to be discovered. This country may seem small on the map, but within its borders lies a world of contrasts and wonders. From the sun-soaked Dalmatian coast to misty national parks, Croatia is an unfolding story of natural beauty, historical legacy, and cultural pride. In this immersive journey through the wonders of Croatia, we'll explore not only its most famous landmarks but also hidden corners that capture the heart. You'll wander through UNESCO-listed old towns, bathe beneath cascading waterfalls, sail to isolated islands, and dine beneath Roman arches. Whether you're drawn by the Adriatic Sea, medieval architecture, or wild green forests, Croatia offers a mosaic of unforgettable experiences. Prepare to be inspired as we uncover the breathtaking scenery, fascinating history, and vibrant spirit of a nation that has quietly become one of Europe's most captivating destinations. This is not just a travel guide, it's a celebration of Croatia's soul. Let's begin. Nestled at the crossroads of Central and Southeast Europe, Croatia is a country of remarkable geographical and cultural diversity. It borders Slovenia to the northwest, Hungary to the north, Serbia to the east, Bosnia and Herzegovina to the southeast, Montenegro to the south, and shares a stunning Adriatic coastline with Italy just across the sea. Its land stretches from the fertile plains of Slavonia to the rocky coastlines of Dalmatia and the forested highlands of Lika and Gorski Kotar. Croatia's story is rich and layered, shaped by centuries of conquest, empire, and resilience. Once part of the Roman Empire, then the Venetian and Austro-Hungarian spheres, and later Yugoslavia, Croatia emerged as an independent nation in 1991, quickly establishing itself as a premier travel destination in Europe. Its history is etched into its architecture. Roman amphitheaters, medieval fortresses, and Venetian palaces stand as silent witnesses to past eras. What makes Croatia truly special is the blend of its natural and cultural assets. The country boasts over 1,200 islands and islets, each with its own character, from the glamorous nightlife of Hvar to the serene beaches of Vis. Its mainland is no less enchanting, with ancient cities like Dubrovnik, Split, and Zadar, each preserving centuries-old traditions while embracing the modern world. But Croatia isn't only about history and scenery, it's about life. Locals gather at open-air cafes to share espresso and stories. Fishermen mend their nets on stone docks, while children play soccer in cobbled alleys. The food is a delightful fusion of Mediterranean, Central European, and Balkan flavors. Think fresh seafood, homemade pastas, slow-cooked stews, and crisp local wines. Whether you're hiking through emerald forests, sailing on sapphire seas, or tracing the footsteps of Roman emperors, Croatia never fails to surprise, seduce, and inspire. It's a place where every sunrise brings a new wonder, and every sunset leaves a memory etched in gold. Plitvice Lakes National Park. There are few places on Earth where nature creates such harmony of water, rock, and forest as it does at Plitvice Lakes National Park. As Croatia's oldest and most famous national park, and UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1979, Plitvice is a realm of cascading waterfalls, vibrant turquoise lakes, and lush greenery that seems untouched by time. Located in the mountainous region of Lika, Plitvice consists of 16 interconnected lakes, separated by natural travertine dams formed over millennia. Wooden walkways and hiking trails wind through the park, guiding visitors across crystal-clear waters, under canopies of beech and fir trees, and past rushing streams and dramatic waterfalls like Veliki Slap, the park's tallest at 78 meters. The color of the lakes changes constantly, from emerald green to deep sapphire, depending on the angle of the sun and the minerals in the water. The silence of the forest, interrupted only by birdsong and the sound of rushing water, creates an atmosphere that feels almost sacred. In every season, Plitvice offers a different face, verdant and full of life in spring and summer, golden and reflective in autumn, and covered in glistening snow and frozen waterfalls in winter. It is not just a place to see, but a place to feel, where the timeless rhythm of nature captivates every sense. Hvar. Among the many islands that dot the Adriatic Sea, Hvar stands out not only for its beauty but also for its vibrant spirit. Known as the sunniest island in Europe, Hvar boasts more than 2,700 hours of sunshine per year, but its true glow comes from its fusion of history, glamour, and Mediterranean charm. The island's main town, also called Hvar, is a dazzling mix of Venetian architecture, seaside promenades, and lively squares lined with palm trees and café terraces. At its heart stands the Cathedral of St. Stephen and the 13th-century Fortress Fortica, which offers panoramic views over the Old Town and the Pakleni Islands scattered like jewels across the sea. Beyond the town, Hvar reveals quieter corners, lavender fields in bloom during June and July, vineyards producing acclaimed local wines, and hidden coves with waters so clear you can see the sand ripple beneath your boat. Villages like Stari Grad, one of Europe's oldest towns, and Vrbovska, with its canal-lined charm, show a slower, more traditional side of the island. Whether you're sipping cocktails at a beach club, sailing to a secluded bay, or watching the sunset from a hilltop vineyard, Hvar captures the essence of the Adriatic dream: elegance, nature, and timeless beauty. Dubrovnik. Few cities in the world can rival the majesty of Dubrovnik. Known as the Pearl of the Adriatic, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is a breathtaking fusion of medieval grandeur, Baroque splendor, and cinematic beauty. Enclosed within massive stone walls that rise directly from the sea, Dubrovnik feels like a city born from myth. Walking through its gates is like stepping into another time. Marble streets gleam underfoot, flanked by Renaissance palaces, ancient churches, and graceful colonnades. The Straton, Dubrovnik's main boulevard, hums with life, while narrow alleys wind uphill to hidden courtyards and quiet viewpoints overlooking terracotta rooftops and sapphire waters. The city's defensive walls, among the best preserved in Europe, offer an unforgettable walk, circling the entire old town and revealing panoramas of the Adriatic and the surrounding islands. Beyond the history, Dubrovnik also pulses with modern energy. World-class restaurants, boutique hotels, cultural festivals, and vibrant nightlife coexist with centuries-old traditions. Its global fame soared with the filming of Game of Thrones, but Dubrovnik's magic goes far deeper than pop culture. This is a city of poets, philosophers, seafarers, and resilience, a place that has endured earthquakes, sieges, and wars, yet still rises with grace. Dubrovnik doesn't just impress, it enchants. Kornati Islands. Scattered like pearls across the sea, the Kornati Islands form a nautical paradise of uninhabited islets, dramatic cliffs, and sapphire waters. Comprising 89 islands, reefs, and rocks, Kornati National Park is the densest archipelago in the Mediterranean, a surreal landscape that feels like another world. From above, the Kornati archipelago looks like a mosaic of white limestone scattered on a canvas of deep blue. The islands are largely barren and treeless, giving them a lunar appearance, but beneath the surface lies a vibrant marine ecosystem teeming with life. The crystal-clear waters are a haven for divers and snorkelers, who explore coral gardens, underwater caves, and colorful schools of fish. Sailing through the Kornati Islands is one of the ultimate Croatian experiences. Hidden coves, private bays, and traditional fishing huts await those who seek solitude and serenity. Despite the lack of permanent settlements, there are rustic canobas, taverns, serving fresh seafood and local wine to passing sailors. Legends say the Kornati were created when God threw a handful of white rocks into the sea, a divine afterthought that turned into one of nature's masterpieces. Whether you believe the myth or not, a visit here feels truly heavenly. Zadar. Where ancient history meets cutting-edge creativity, Zadar is a city that surprises at every turn. Located on the central Dalmatian coast, Zadar is one of Croatia's oldest continuously inhabited cities, with roots stretching back to the Roman Empire. Yet it pulses with modern life in a way few other cities do. Strolling through the old town, visitors encounter Roman ruins, medieval churches, and Renaissance palaces, all within a few steps. The Roman Forum remains at the city's heart, where the Church of St. Donatus, an architectural masterpiece from the 9th century, stands proudly above ancient stone foundations. The narrow alleys reveal charming cafes, quirky boutiques, and remnants of Zadar's past as a Venetian stronghold. But it is Zadar's modern artistic spirit that has redefined its identity. On the city's promenade, the sea organ and sun salutation are two of Croatia's most innovative landmarks. The sea organ, a musical installation powered by waves, creates haunting harmonies from beneath the steps, a soundtrack composed by nature itself. Next to it, the sun salutation, a large solar-powered light installation, bursts into radiant colors at night, mimicking the rhythm of the universe. Zadar is not just a city to explore, it's a place to feel, to hear, to be moved. It bridges the ancient and the contemporary in a way that turns a quiet coastal city into a dynamic, unforgettable experience. Krka National Park. Just a short drive inland from the coast lies one of Croatia's most dazzling natural gems, Krka National Park. Centered around the emerald green Krka River, this protected area is famous for its dramatic waterfalls, tranquil pools, and rich biodiversity. The park's crown jewel is Skredinsky Buk, a spectacular series of cascading waterfalls that tumble into shallow, clear basins where visitors can often swim during the warmer months. Wooden walkways and trails weave through lush forest, guiding you over bubbling streams, past historic watermills, and through thickets alive with birdsong and butterflies. Unlike the more remote Plitvice Lakes, Krka is easily accessible and well-suited for day trips. Boat rides from the town of Skreden take you upriver into the heart of the park, offering views of karst cliffs and lush riverbanks along the way. One of the park's hidden treasures is Visovac Island, home to a 15th-century Franciscan monastery floating serenely in the river, a place of peace and deep spiritual significance. Krka is more than a visual delight. It's an immersive experience where water, forest, and history blend into one of Croatia's most peaceful and refreshing destinations. Ravenj. On the western coast of the Istrian Peninsula, Ravenj is a fairy tale town where pastel-colored houses tumble down toward the sea and church towers rise into the Adriatic sky. With its cobblestone streets, romantic harbor, and artistic soul, Ravenj is often called the most picturesque town in Croatia, and perhaps one of the most enchanting in all of Europe. The old town is a labyrinth of winding alleyways that lead to hidden squares, tiny art galleries, and seaside cafes. At its peak stands the Church of St. Euphemia, whose bell tower dominates the skyline and offers sweeping views over the rooftops and the nearby archipelago of 14 islets. Ravenj's charm lies in its contrasts. The buzz of boats returning with the day's catch meets the hush of artists sketching on the promenade. Old stone buildings house stylish boutiques and wine bars. While tourists stroll the Riva, locals gather for conversation and espresso, continuing the rhythm of daily life that has persisted here for centuries. As the sun sets and the town is bathed in golden light, Ravenj becomes a canvas of beauty and nostalgia, a living painting of Croatia's coastal soul. Pula. At the southern tip of the Istrian Peninsula lies Pula, a city where time has left its mark in the most majestic way. Known for its remarkably preserved Roman amphitheater, Pula is a blend of ancient history, Adriatic allure, and laid-back Mediterranean lifestyle. The Pula Arena, dating back to the 1st century AD, is one of the 6 largest surviving Roman amphitheaters in the world and arguably the most complete. Once hosting gladiatorial combat, it now stages concerts, film festivals, and performances under the stars. Standing inside this stone colossus, you can almost hear the echoes of roaring crowds and clashing swords. Beyond the arena, Pula reveals layers of history in every corner. The Temple of Augustus, the Arch of the Sergi, and Roman mosaics woven into city squares. But the city is not just about the past. It's also a gateway to stunning beaches like Punta Veredila and Cape Kamenjak, where crystal waters meet rugged limestone cliffs. Pula's charm lies in its balance, between grandeur and simplicity, ruins and nature, past and present. It's a city that invites you to slow down, sip a glass of Istrian Malvasia, and let the centuries wash over you. Mljet. Lush, serene, and mythical, Mljet is one of Croatia's greenest and most enchanting islands. According to legend, this is where Odysseus was held captive for 7 years by the nymph Calypso, and it's easy to see why he wouldn't want to leave. Much of Mljet is protected as Mljet National Park, a haven of dense pine forests, saltwater lakes, and peaceful trails. The 2 signature features of the park are Veliko and Malo Jezero, great and small lakes, connected to the sea but surrounded by forest, creating a unique inland marine ecosystem. At the center of Veliko Jezero lies St. Mary's Island, home to a 12th century Benedictine monastery, a serene and spiritual spot reachable by boat. Mljet is not about bustling towns or vibrant nightlife. It's about silence, solitude, and the raw healing power of nature. Hiking, cycling, kayaking, and simply floating in the warm, clear lakes offer a kind of quiet that is rare in today's world. Mljet is a whisper, not a shout, and for those who listen, it tells a timeless story of beauty, balance, and peace. Zlatni Rat. Nature has its way of sculpting masterpieces, and Zlatni Rat, the golden horn, is one of Croatia's most iconic creations. Located on the southern coast of Brač Island, this unique beach stretches like a golden tongue into the Adriatic Sea, changing shape with the winds and currents that surround it. What makes Zlatni Rat extraordinary is its symmetry and natural beauty. A narrow, pebbly spit framed by translucent waters on either side, backed by pine trees and the dramatic backdrop of Vidova Gora, the highest peak among Croatian islands. The beach is a paradise for windsurfers, kiteboarders, and swimmers who flock here to enjoy the steady breezes and warm sea. From above, Zlatni Rat looks like something from another planet, a perfectly sculpted contrast between land and sea. On foot, the pebbles underfoot are smooth, the air is fragrant with salt and pine, and the experience is both energetic and peaceful. Zlatni Rat is not just a beach, it's a symbol of Croatia's coastal wonder, a natural phenomenon that defines the magic of island life. Zagreb. Far from the Adriatic's shimmering shores, Croatia's inland capital Zagreb offers a completely different kind of charm, one of culture, creativity, and Central European elegance. Set between the Medvednica Mountains and the Sava River, Zagreb combines Austro-Hungarian architecture with a contemporary, youthful vibe. The city is divided into two main parts, the historic upper town, Gornji Grad, and the bustling lower town, Donji Grad. In the upper town, cobbled streets wind past the Gothic Zagreb Cathedral, the colorfully tiled St. Mark's Church, and old gaslit lanterns that are still lit by hand each night. The lower town is home to grand boulevards, green parks, and Art Nouveau buildings that house museums, galleries, and lively cafes. Zagreb's street life is vibrant. Outdoor markets like Dolak burst with fresh produce and flowers, while the city's cafe culture invites you to linger for hours over coffee and conversation. Add in quirky attractions like the Museum of Broken Relationships, and you'll find that Zagreb has a sense of humor and depth all its own. Zagreb is where Croatia's heart beats, a city of ideas, stories, and warm welcomes. It's the perfect balance to the country's coastal splendor. Makarska Riviera. Stretching for nearly 60 kilometers between Split and Dubrovnik, the Makarska Riviera is a sun-drenched coastal strip famed for its stunning beaches, emerald waters, and dramatic backdrop, the towering Biokovo Mountains. The town of Makarska, the heart of the Riviera, is a lively resort destination where elegant promenades meet cozy old streets. The harbor buzzes with boats and cafes, while the town square invites evening strolls and people watching under the glow of lanterns. But it's the beaches, long arcs of soft pebbles lapped by turquoise waves, that draw most visitors. What sets the Makarska Riviera apart is its contrast. Behind the beaches, the Biokovo Mountains rise steeply, offering hiking trails and the Skywalk Biokovo, a glass observation platform suspended over a sheer drop, providing heart-pounding views of the sea far below. Each village along the Riviera, Brila, Tusipi, Baška Voda, has its own flavor, from romantic getaways to family-friendly beaches. The Makarska Riviera is a place to unwind in nature's lap, to swim in crystal waters by day and sip local wine beneath starry skies by night. Vis Island. Remote, raw, and wrapped in mystery, Vis is the island you go to when you want to get away from it all. Located farther out in the Adriatic than most Croatian islands, Vis was closed to foreigners until the early 1990s due to its strategic military importance. This long isolation preserved its authenticity and natural beauty, which remain intact today. The island's two main towns, Vis Town and Kamiza, are picturesque fishing villages where life moves slowly and sea breezes carry the scent of salt and rosemary. Kamiza, in particular, feels untouched by time, with stone houses, narrow lanes, and a long maritime tradition. Vis is also home to Steniva Beach, one of the most famous and remote beaches in Croatia. Steniva Beach is nestled between towering cliffs that seem to fold inward, guarding a narrow crescent of pebbles and sapphire blue water. Accessible only by a steep hiking trail or by boat, arriving here feels like uncovering a secret known only to those who seek it with intention. The inlet opens suddenly after a dramatic descent, revealing a quiet, intimate cove where the sea meets the land in perfect harmony. The cliffs provide shade during much of the day, creating a calm and cool atmosphere even during the height of summer. It's a place for swimming, snorkeling, or simply floating, with nothing but the sound of waves echoing against the limestone walls. This sense of isolation, of being entirely embraced by nature, is what makes Denaiva so unforgettable. It is raw, rugged, and utterly serene, a reminder that Croatia's greatest treasures are not always found in crowds or on postcards, but in those hidden places where the soul of the land still whispers. Luzing. Often called the Island of Vitality, Luzing is a gem in the northern Adriatic that has long been celebrated for its clean air, healing climate, and vibrant nature. Covered in lush pine forests and surrounded by crystal-clear waters, Luzing is a place where well-being isn't just a concept, it's a way of life. The island's main town, Mali Luzing, is a charming harbor village filled with colorful buildings, flower-filled balconies, and a lively promenade that feels both elegant and relaxed. The town has a rich maritime heritage and is home to the Museum of Apoxiomenos, which houses a 2,000-year-old bronze statue of a Greek athlete retrieved from the sea, a symbol of the island's deep connection to both health and history. What makes Luzing truly special is its dedication to wellness tourism. The island's air is rich in aromatic herbs, and the sea breeze is considered therapeutic. Walking trails through pine-scented forests, hidden coves for swimming, and spa resorts focused on holistic treatments make Luzing a haven for those seeking restoration. With dolphin watching tours, botanical gardens, and quiet fishing villages like Veli Luzing, the island offers a peaceful retreat where body and soul can breathe freely. Croatia is a land that cannot be summed up in a single image, sound, or story. It is a living mosaic, a collection of wonders that reveal themselves piece by piece. From the roaring waterfalls of Plitvice and Krka to the silent strength of Diocletian's palace, from the sun-kissed shores of Hvar to the quiet forests of Mljet, each destination is a page in a greater narrative. Here, nature is not just beautiful, it is elemental. The Adriatic doesn't just reflect the sky, it holds the rhythm of centuries. The cities don't merely preserve history, they wear it on their skin. And the people don't just welcome you, they invite you to become part of the story. Whether you come for the beaches, the culture, the food, or the thrill of discovery, Croatia will leave its mark on you. It is a place where time slows down just enough for you to feel something deeply: awe, joy, nostalgia, wonder. So when your journey through Croatia ends, it doesn't really end. It becomes a memory you carry forward. A sunset in Dubrovnik, a breeze on a hilltop in Motovan, the quiet of the sea in Vis. These are the treasures you take with you. And when you return, because most do, you'll find that Croatia hasn't stayed the same. Like the sea it cradles, it constantly shifts, reveals, renews. Until next time, keep wondering, keep exploring, and let Croatia's spirit stay with you wherever you go.